Hello everyone, Bashar here. You might remember that I was building up my temple. As you can see, it is looking somewhat up now. I'm getting solo. I'm getting like with almost 100% rate. I have 91 rate and I'm getting 2 to 3 divine now, right? Just as things were getting lucrative, things were looking up. So I realized something, guys. So this architect position that I have, it doesn't really allow a very promising temple layout, right? So what I decided is, I think, to cut my losses and I'm going to reset the temple, but not fully this time, right? The goal is to get the architect to this position, right? 4 squares below Atziri. That's the ideal version. When you do this, you can only sacrifice 3 squares. Normally you have to sacrifice 4 squares, right? I cannot use this, and this square, right? Sorry, not that one. This, and this, right? These 4 cannot be used because I'm already neighboring, I'm already connecting the architect here. If I use either of those 4, we will have 2 connections and that's going to form a loop, and that's really bad. So yeah, I'm very depressed, but I want to share this with you. This is important. So the thing is, if you have a halfway decent temple, if you can classify this one as such, you can actually do what I just said at a cost that is lower than what you would expect. So because the thing is, I have 11 spy masters here, right? I am getting the locking medallions not extremely consistently, but I'm getting like 1 every run almost, right? I mean, the runs that I get 0 in is very rare, and I can get like 3 or 4. So what I can do is I can protect my main chain. So that means I can kill the architect here and hope for the right position, and then obviously he will move. If he doesn't get into the right position, I will have to go at him again, and until I get him here, right? So that is how you reset your architect's position in a temple that's already built. You go kill him, he moves, and you always protect your main chain, right? So I'm not losing any of these rooms, right? All the way here. They will all stay intact as long as I can protect them, and I will, because I have 11 spy masters. So I kill him. So then that's why I start building up this garbage again. So because if he runs here or something, I can probably get to him by putting a commander here. So I will kill him over and over until he arrives at the desired position. So the thing is, guys, you could think that it's just 1 square, right? I mean, in here I'm sacrificing 4 squares, and in here I can sacrifice 3 only. So it doesn't end there, sadly. So the thing is, guys, this is a lot of effort, right? It varies from person to person, but to me it was a lot of effort. I think this is the result of over 100 runs, could be even more. I'm not very sure. So I have been working at this for days. And the idea is to lose as few rooms as you can, and get the architect to desired position. I'm so sorry, I did lost track of what I was saying. What I was saying is, guys, all of these don't really bring a lot of money. Why? Because the bonus for the spy master was changed, in a patch that the nerfs. The bonuses of the golem and the spy master was interchanged. And take a look at this, guys. Increase modifier from generators, labs, flesh surgeons, transcendent ranks, and alchemy labs. These are almost all garbage, right? I mean, in our layout, we will only have alchemy labs, and as you can see, you do start with the alchemy labs much later on. So I have all these bonuses, right? 30% times 11, and it doesn't do almost anything. We don't have transcendent barracks, right? We do have elite legion. So this is when it starts getting lucrative, right? Because take a look at this. I'm starting to put, rarity. I'm starting to put Rare monsters have an additional modifier, right? And you can put up lots of these, and you can have like 300% increased chance of rares getting an additional modifier, which means they are actually going to get 3 additional modifiers. The loot is going to get much better. Also, you have rarity and whatnot. So the thing is, guys, if you have a half-built temple and you realize that it's going to screw you over because of the position, then you can actually reset it much better than the regular good old reset, right? And the thing is, after you reset it to the right position, you will still have your chain intact. You could allow some of it to die. Obviously, that's on you. This armory can definitely go away, so maybe let it die to that point. There is that. Yeah. So I'm about to get started on it now, so I want to do a video before I start. So what I will do here is I'm going to run my temple normally, right? I'm going to lock this in place, and I'm going to kill the architect then, right? Then I will hope that he ends up here. If he doesn't, I'm again going to link to him. And so while doing my temple, I add the kill architect to the list while protecting my main chain, and eventually, hopefully, arrive at the architect kill. So my final point is the pattern that you do inside is the thing that brings you money, right? This is the thing that keeps your temple intact. It doesn't bring a lot of money. So take a look at all of this, guys. This is about 2 to 3 divine with about 100% rarity. And fully built temples. So for example, if I went all in and fully built this temple, I think it's gonna be something like I'm just doing an educated guess from what I've seen, but I think it's gonna be like a 55, 60 divine temple, right? But with this position and proper building, which is extremely complicated to do, sadly, you might have heard the Roman rose thingy, right? You have to do that, and then that's a 100 divine temple, right? We are talking about solo. You just go in your temple, you do the temple, and you end up with about 100 divine. That's how much difference it makes, right? And let me just show you how gimped my final build is. That's what I was able to arrive at. Take a look at this, guys. On top of the 4 here, I am also wasting this square. And also these connections are not really good, right? I mean, so for example, I should have had room for corruption chamber next to this. No room, right? And yeah, so this is not very ideal. So I should have been able to keep this chain go for a little bit longer. That's what I was able to arrive at. Maybe you can do better, but it's not very ideal, right? So the ideal one, let me show you, is this. This is the perfect one, and you can see the bonuses for yourself here, which get amplified when you actually open the temple. The bonus will be taken into account, and this is the 100 divine temple. So this is, I think, Fabgun, etc. All the big fellas use this layout. It's the most optimized one, but just keep in mind this takes an extreme amount of doing. Yeah, it's very, very painful to do. But so guys, the video is becoming a little bit too long, but let me go over this. So when you do this outer layer of Spy Masters, you will be in the several divine neighborhood every round, right? Solo. But when you start doing this, right, the corruption chamber, the alchemy lab start getting in, then it's gonna start jumping, right? So all of this is just to keep the temple intact and is not very, very lucrative, right? And it does take a lot of rounds, right? Because you are going to get stuck on the armory, you are going to get stuck on the garrison. Those were the most frustrating ones for me because Spy Master is kind of rare, and I can understand getting on the Spy Master, but getting stuck on the armory today, guys, I think I had to do like 6 rounds to find an armory, and I'm getting the reroll medallion, which I used to reroll. Nope, no armory. And I'm wasting Spy Masters and whatnot. So yeah. So the short story is, if your architect is not in a good position, but you have a temple built, right? That's mine right now. Just kill the architect by protecting your chain, and do him over and over until you get this position. Then switch to the layout I just showed you. You can find the links, right? I can put the link under the video. Yeah, that's about it. So guys, I'm not gonna say this is the hard part done, but this is the most annoying part done. Why do I term it so? Because the thing is, at this point you are not being compensated, right? You go to 30 maps, 33 maps, you grind the energy for 11 temples, right? Even if you can do it very fast, it's gonna take about an hour. Then you go in the temple, you grind the temple for hours, and you put like 2 spy masters in. And this whole charade gives you like maybe 10 divine at most, right? And maybe I'm being a little bit optimistic. But when this is done, at least, you grind your energy, you go in, and you leave with 200 divine? No, too much. No, too much. 80 divine, something like that, because you are going to get some valuable stuff, right? You are going to get a level 20 spirit gem, you are going to get level 20 regular skill gems, you are going to get some valuable thingies. So guys, let me tell you, I think I did about 10 temples today, and let me show you. I did look this up. My divines looted were on 108, so I looted 42 divine from the temple today. At some point I had a rarity bot friend with me, so the number is a little bit puffy, but not by too much. Let's add 10 divine, right? So even at this point you are getting divines, right? Decent amount of them, and also you'll be getting some exception stuff, whatever. So anyway, I am taking it too far. I guess I'm depressed, right? I did put so much effort in this, and now I have to reset. So I'm just doing this video for the people that are in a similar position, right? You have some spy masters going on, the temple is starting to come together, and you realize, and this is not something that you can realize before you get there. I mean, unless you are planning very well ahead, right? I did arrive here, guys. I was doing the inner layer, and I'm like, let me plan the temple ahead, right? And I'm like, hold up, that's not very good. I have to, that loops, or that is suboptimal, blah blah. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.